Welcome everybody to the Group A match reviews as we start off with Mexico versus South Africa in a game which, look, I'm going to be so for real. I predicted the 2-0 win for Mexico. I got the 2-0 win. However, I did not expect it to be that easy. Like, South Africa, I'll get on to you guys later. But for now, let's just talk about Mexico. Wow. The host to kick off the campaign. Oh my goodness. There are a couple of players here that just... I didn't even know who they were until this tournament, until this match, and I'm thinking, yo, if they keep performing like this, Mexico can go a distance. I don't think they'll go far, but they'll go a distance, and I think they'll be proud of where they'll reach. But let's get started with the opening minutes. I've got a bit of notes here. I think South Africa at the very start of the game, they were up for it. As obviously they were going to be, not going to come up and then not be up for it. But I mean, instantly, they get a counter-attack and then they misplace a pass. So what I'm thinking is, okay, there's got to be a one-off. And then all of a sudden, the rest of the passes, will be better. When I tell you South Africa, the whole game pissed me off. They were getting into space. You know, I'll get into that later. I'll get into that later. Minute 8. Where is it? Minute 8. This guy right here, Quinones. Oh my God. He was outstanding. The goal wasn't obviously pretty. Lira with fantastic press gets the ball. Quinones receives it and he scores through the goalkeeper's legs. Probably should be doing better, but take nothing away from Quinones' finish. These two, by the way, Lira and Quinones, man of the matches. I think Quinones deserve man of the match, but Lira, this is how a DM plays. This is how a controlling dictator midfielder plays football. You can't win a World Cup without these type of players. I'm sorry. He was pulling strings at the background to let players like Quinones really shine. Oh my, the exceptional performance from Lira. But Quinones, oh Jesus. To be fair, he started once he scored that goal, he started feeling himself. He started just blasting balls around. Yo, relax, my guy. But he did relax and he made a great pass to, I think it was Gutierrez, but he missed. It was a terrible shot. He kind of swished at it a bit, but it was a terrible shot. But that was a great chance. And once again, for the second goal for Raul Jimenez, which I'm so happy for. Guys, I don't think you understand how happy I am for this guy, for this player. He's 35 years of age. That head injury was crazy. He's a Wolverhampton legend. And the way he scored that goal, he got tears in his eyes, bro. Goddamn, they got tears in my eyes, bro. Exceptional. But we need to talk about that goal because the way Quinones, holy crap. Quinones and Raul Jimenez, 1-2. Quinones drives, passes to what's his name? Alvarado. And Alvarado with a beautiful assist, by the way. A beautiful assist to Jimenez with a beautiful header to make it 2-0 to Mexico. And the whole game was Mexico. Literally, from minute 1 to minute 90, it was Mexico. Let me talk about South Africa for a bit. Because they were finding space. I don't think this Mexico team is that crazy as people are saying. Because they were finding too much space. They were finding pockets where they'll just drive. But then the pass before the dangerous pass, the pre-assist pass, Oh my, primary school level, guys. I'm telling you, if a six-year-old, if a sixth grader, if a year 6 comes onto that pitch, replaces, let's say, Sithole or Mokoena or Adams, I promise you guys, they are making these passes to the strikers. And the strikers, by the way, they're not all totally faultless, because holy crap, their awareness is on zero, guys. I'm telling you, terrible. I'm telling you guys, terrible display from South Africa. And I know it's the first game, but the way this is looking, it's just looking so poor for South Africa. Like, it's so poor. Now let's talk about the red cards. At the 49th minute, obviously we got the Sithole red card. I mean, it's a blatant red. What is he doing? This is the thing with me, red cards. He's through on goal. Let him have a shot. You have 40 minutes to get 2 back, or you have 40 minutes with 10 men. What are you choosing? To me, I'm not choosing 10 men, because 10 men, it's already hard. you'll be getting pressured, we get pressured, and then bow. You're just like that, you're going to be 2-0 down regardless of what happened. And look what happened. Literally just look what happened. So, his brain was not working. His brain was just not working. It was, and he had a terrible. So, Jesus Christ, the memes I've seen, yeah, golly, bro. Try getting to South Africa after this tournament, you might be cooked, buddy. But the other red card, who was it? This guy. This guy. Look, I'm not gonna lie. This one's 50-50 to me. Nah, maybe 60-40. To me, it is a red card in the day. But I mean, I don't know what Mexican player it was, but he did barge into him before, he did that little, but he did hit him at the end of the day. So I do think that at the end of the day, it is a deserved red card. As we go on to the final red card, which I think many people are calling this like a 50-50. To me, it's a straight red. It's a straight red. I know he's wide, but he gets past Montez. He's getting a clear shot on goal, a clear goal scoring opportunity. So I feel like that was a red. I think all these reds were justified. And I think the ref did do pretty well. These South African guys, these guys were rough. I was thinking, the red card's coming, but I didn't think the red card was coming in the way like that. But it is what it is. So Mexico versus South Africa. Mexico, high hopes. I predicted you guys to finish the top of the group, and I feel like you will, but we shall see. At South Africa, I predicted you to finish dead last, and unfortunately, you finished dead last. Bless me, and if you did, subscribe. So, as we get to the other Group A game with South Korea versus Czechia. Guys, I'm going to tell you the first half was a bit... No. The first half was not that entertaining. However, a couple of people I want to point out. Kangin Lee in the first 10-15 minutes, cooking. Absolutely cooking. Best player on the pitch by far. Like, it wasn't even like close. Kangin Lee, I'm looking at you at PSG. You cannot stay there. You really cannot stay there. You have to move somewhere, because if you give Kangin Lee the keys, he can do problems. He can do some damage. But then the half kind of fizzled out after this. Obviously, he had the tiny bit of chances, but it wasn't really anything spectacular. Spectacular until the second half. Everything switched. I'm telling you. First of all, South Korea were on the ball second half, and then what minute was it? Minute 59. I'm telling you, South Korea was like, it was all South Korea, not all, but mostly South Korea, and then bow, just like that. Kufal, long throw blitz into Kreshki. Jesus, bro, these are the type of headers I love. These bullet headers. He literally just leaps and boom, and then he just goes in. And then obviously the captain plays for Wolverhampton, dude, is crazy. And it's mind blowing how that went. But obviously with Czechia, that was probably the only way they were going to score by a set piece, because on the ground, let's just say, a bit stinky technically. I bet just a tiny bit stinky. But South Korea with this guy right here, Imbyom. First half, I'm not gonna lie, people. I heard the commentator said he was with the best player in the pitch in minute 1. I don't believe so at all. I think the first half was Kangin Lee as the best player. I don't think he was that good in the first half. However, in the second half, oh my goodness, demon on the pitch. I'm like, demon on the pitch. He was moving like Iniesta ex Xavi. I promise you guys, he was moving so good. And that first goal, once again from Kangin Lee, beautiful assist, by the way, like beautiful. But then the goal, the goal was even better. The guy literally, he Cruyff turns the keeper and the Czechia defender, and he dinks it in, and it's the ball's going so slowly. I'm thinking, is this ball going out? But it ended up trickling into the back of the net, making it 1-1. And I was looking at it, I was like, what the hell, bro? What a goal. And in my mind, I had a 1-1 for this game. So I was thinking, well, I've done it. I've flipping done it. I've done it again. 2 for 2. Well, it was 2 for 2 until Hyung Yo-oh comes off the bench and scores. I'm not going to lie. That whole goal, I don't know who it was. It might have been Pike for the pre-assist. That first time over the top through to Imbyom. And then Imbyom fizzes it in, and then their finish, by the way, that's not easy, by the way. It's not easy. He literally gets the wrong side of his defender. He comes in and he literally, like, he opens up his body with his left and he just dashes it in to the left. It was a beautiful, beautiful team goal as they made it 2-1. South Korea. South Korea deserved to win the game. I'm gonna be so for real. With Czechia, there's not enough quality, in my opinion, on the ball. Obviously, in the air, you saw in this game, they were pretty much, not always, but they were pretty much dominating. However, Kim Min-jae, by the way, underrated performance. The guy was literally dealing with mostly everything. Like, shit, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, yeah, suspect. But Kim Min-jae, shout out to you because you were playing very well. But Imbyom, Kang and Lee, Heung-min Son, by the way, he didn't have a bad performance whatsoever. He was missing chances, but the guy's 33. Come on, but he was lively, is what I would say, and he was doing well. In my opinion, anyway, he was doing well. But yeah, Kang and Lee, Imbyom, man of the matches. I'm gonna give it to Kang and Lee because I feel like Kang and Lee was the most consistent. However, if you give it to Imbyom, fair enough, because those 30 minutes that he gave, holy, I promise you guys, exceptional. Those 40 minutes, exceptional. But yeah, that's basically it for Group A match reviews. Today will be Canada versus Bosnia and USA versus Paraguay, and I'll be tuning into them. Obviously, I'm going to try watch every single World Cup game, and I'll give you guys the group reviews of every World Cup game and then the knockout reviews and all that. So make sure you guys subscribe, make sure you guys hype, make sure you guys like, and I'll catch you guys in the next review. Viva el fútbol!